See in a minute. Yeah, why don't you take that down so you don't hit it? Hey, y'all, we're just getting ready. We're in Little Miss Homemaker's room, so we're taking down our stuffed animal doughy thing. All right, so we're setting up. Give us a minute. Y'all can let us know about the weather. I was looking here. I was going to tell you what the temp is here. Wait, is that? Look at that. That's one is backwards.
That's what people are seeing.
Oh, that's what people see. And then this is it. Look, I've never thought about delayed. That. Yes, it is delayed. Okay.
We're real time, but they're not seeing real time.
Well, what real time is I'm fixing to have to go get my socks on my feet. All right, somebody tell us about the volume. Somebody tell us about the lighting. We've got this light here he can adjust. See, this right here is going to be too much. Looks like a beam from heaven. Ooh. And I always used to think those beams of light from heaven is Jesus coming to get somebody. And so that's, although I want to go see Jesus, I wasn't, you know, okay. That's not what I was thinking for you. All right, Christina's here to tell us it's good. Give us a minute. It's 22 degrees here right now. It's going to be 15 tonight. At 4 a.m., it's going to be 15.
Most people are out of there already.
Okay. Hey, kids, we've got it on already. So, you know how to act. I'm going to leave this door open. You guys go in our bedroom. After you're through washing dishes, little missy. All right. We'll start in a couple of minutes. We just wanted to get all set up without the dream beam light. Okay, now what? Excuse me. I've got a lot of water boiling because I've got to go get some tea. Okay, now, you know what? That looks spotty. So I wonder if they're seeing spotty looking.
I don't know.
Doesn't have a wrench by you. Well, it should. Let me fix that.
Doesn't have a wrench.
I know what she's talking about. Done. Tonya, you should be done. Well, why is it not showing? Tonya, I don't know. I did it. I fixed it just now, but it's no wrench.
It said remove moderator.
Well, that means she's added. If I can remove her, it says remove moderator. Well, I don't know. Tonya, make a comment and see what happens. Thanks, Barbara. Kids are in bed in Florida. Barbara's at the grandkids. Thanks, Leah.
Is the quality
Stacy?
Is the quality y'all seeing okay?
Hey, Tonya, I need you to make a comment so I can look. Rockin' Roots, Western North Carolina, 7 degrees. I mean, New York, I'm sorry. Canada, minus 12 degrees. Quality is choppy, Premium Dragon says. That's what I'm seeing on here. Do we have too much on? Does that mean like we're using too much internet?
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Let's just close this down.
Close that down.
Here's the thing. I've got Dad's computer on so that we can there you go, Tonya. So that we can see the comments better. So maybe we're using too much internet. Why don't you just close that down?
All right.
All right, y'all are being patient. I'm just going to turn the. We're thinking maybe we're using too much of the internet. I don't know.
Let us know if the quality got any better.
You might want to come turn this off.
Turn what off?
The water, it's bubbling.
What's bubbling?
The water.
What do you mean it's bubbling?
Your water, your hot water.
Oh, honey. Well, turn it off, honey. I didn't know what you were talking about. Check those comments real quick, and I'll get my tea. Do you need anything to drink? Here, I'll put your computer in. Sorry, I thought you meant you were washing dishes, so I thought you meant. Sorry, honey.
We got you, Tonya. You've got a wrench. Can y'all tell if the quality is better since we cut that one computer off, we reduced the amount of internet usage, I think.
I mean, it's usually pretty good. Do you need to get that
They
extender
said
back
it's
here?
the same.
Well,
I wonder is it the light? I don't know.
do you want to go get one more light?
Well, honey, you got to look at it like this. If they're in there doing their thing,
So Owen and Jacob are sucking up all the internet. Is that what you're saying?
could be.
Wow.
It's not unbearable. You have full. Yeah, I mean, we've got great internet.
Yeah, we do.
I mean,
Oh,
we're
I
showing
don't want it to
total.
be.
Well, honey, not a whole lot we can do.
Hey, Deb. Oh, you are. It did work, Deb.
I told her.
Oh, okay. You have full bars? Yeah. I mean, we're in little Missy's room. And so.
And we've got a Wi-Fi extender that we bought and put in the RV so that when we're here, we'll have better internet.
I don't want it to be. Do you need to plug that in here, though? The extender? You took it in there a while ago.
It is not going to make a difference. It's 5 feet away.
Can you try or not? Okay.
It's not going to make a difference.
Okay. All right. Well, we're not going to argue about it right here. Here, let me scoot this back over here. Well, no. I know y'all were here.
What are you
about
trying to do?
just to be able to? Okay. I don't know what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to get to where maybe we'll sit back. Okay. Picture isn't terrible, but your sound is better than it's been in most of your lives. Okay. Most of our lives. Man. Okay. Well, we're just going to.
There's nothing we can do about it.
All right.
Okay. We just have to.
Okay.
It is what it is, unless we increase the light, but I don't know that that's going to be it.
We'll try it and see what happens. 16 in North Central Arkansas. You're not late, Jesus girl in a secular world. You know what? I'm doing my best to see from afar because we didn't want to, like be in your face. And we had
I turned the light up a little bit. Let us know if that did anything. I don't know that it will. Probably
all right,
not.
Deb says just go.
That's what I'm saying.
That's code
There's
for
nothing
it's
you-
okay, Katie.
There's nothing you can do about it.
All right.
It is what
Trev
it is.
says let's go. All right. Thank you, Kathy. All right. I hope he said hello to everybody. Did you say hello to everybody?
I didn't say hello to anybody.
You didn't say hello to anybody. Are you
No.
stuck up?
I'm rude like that.
Claybank Homestead. Hey, how are you? Rocky Homestead. And you're also dealing with somebody who wears bifocals, 2 people who wear bifocals. So if you see us doing this, North Florida. All right. Well, we visited North Florida and
South Florida, Central Florida,
all of
East
Florida.
West Florida.
Hi, Divine Times 2. It's one of my new favorite channels. Y'all go check out Divine Times 2. Hey, Jessica Richmond.
Hey,
Hey. Picture is cleared up. Yay. Thank you, Lord. Cleared up. Hey, Stephanie, Georgia.
quality just spiked. So that means
All
one of
right.
the boys just got off the internet.
Okay. Hey, somebody go tell Jacob and Owen to get off the internet. No, we're joking. I'm kidding. Knoxville. Oh, okay. Amber says, Gran says, hey, I didn't know where they were tonight.
Hi,
Hey to Gran.
Mom.
Everybody say hi to Gran.
That's my mom.
She's on here. Thanks, Amber, for helping her out there, I guess. And there's Stacy, West Virginia. Stacy Dick. And yes, it's clear. Okay,
Hey.
well, let's get started. Let's see what time it
All
is. It's 8:05.
8:05. We're late.
We're always late. All right. Well,
Where we used to go to church, we were
No,
known as the late
late.
turners. Okay.
okay. Okay.
Done.
All right.
Just move on.
All right.
Don't make a big deal.
I have
Just
to
keep
help
going.
him. Well, welcome everybody. And this is our first live.
Since the hotel
I'm
room.
about to freeze. Give me my. We're
What?
this is our first live, and we want to welcome everybody. Sorry, I'm getting wrapped up. Hope everybody's warm and cozy. I guess it's warm. I mean, cold everywhere except our friends in California.
It sure
They're not
seems
cold.
like it. I mean, if it's 39 degrees in North Florida,
Everybody's saying hi to Gran. Gran ought to fit. Look, Sarah did. Christina did. Tonya did. And Stephanie. Okay, everybody, here we go.
let's get busy.
Let's get busy. There ought to be a song, but I don't know.
Hold on. Give me a minute.
All right, y'all.
Help me,
so
Deb.
first thing, don't help him, Deb. We don't have time for. Okay, so first thing is I have an agenda because
That's what she does.
It's good. It's we could stay. We have a purpose for being on here instead of talking about how cold we are and how the lights don't work. All right, life after a year of full-time RVing.
Do you want to talk about the other first?
Okay, so life after a full year of
That would be a
full-time
no.
RVing. I asked, did he want to go over the agenda and all this? So as long as he fulfilled his assignment that I gave him, we're good.
I was cooking supper.
That's a no. Okay. Lessons, regrets, and blessings is what we're talking about. All right. Every winter chat, my brain is cold in this room. I'm freezing.
Do you want me to go get
Every
the heater?
winter, no, it's okay. Every winter chat, Tuesday night, we're going to give something away. Doesn't have to be something of our, what?
Nothing. That's what I was talking about. Do you want to do that?
Oh, my stars.
So I am right.
Well, somebody can babysit him tonight because I don't even know what he's doing. He's throwing me off. We're going to give something away, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's something of ours. So I'm going to try to work with some friends who I think might be willing and interested in participating. Give something away. When we hit 100 thumbs up, I mean, we have 2 right now. Now, this is very doable because when we did this in the hotel room in Indiana or Illinois, or one of those states that starts with an I, we hit 100 really fast, and we gave something away.
That was Indiana.
It was one of those states. And so when we have 100 thumbs up or 100 people, we're the little people icon. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, if there's 100 of those, whichever one, we're going to give something away. Now, you can either use that high quality handmade item for yourself, or you can give it as a nice gift. So everybody hit the thumbs up. Get on your phone. If you're on your laptop, get on your phone real quick and text your friends. Come on, jump on here on our live. Get on your Facebook and all that stuff. Then we also have every Tuesday night a special going on. And again, it may not be something that's like a Heritage Ways item. It could be something else, but we have a special going on. So a Tuesday night special offer. And it's going to end at 10. It's live now. I'm going to tell you where to find it, but you can find it after the fact, after this is over, because it will be there until 10 p.m. Tonight. And then I'm going to take the page down, but it's on our website. And I put it on the menu at the top on our website. And I mean, right under the Heritage Ways name, you're going to see Tuesday night special offer. Winter chat Tuesday night special offer. And so, so you just click on that and it will tell you what the special offer is. And we'll talk more about that here in a little bit as well. So maybe some of our moderators will put up some links to some things we're talking about and things we're not talking about.
Do you want them to put up links to things we're not talking about?
Well, they know because I've already texted them. All right. And so Deb says, usually I'm having a hot flash. Okay. Well, you are correct in saying that. Oh, there's Carol.
Oh, just wait a minute.
Hello. Kentucky Faith Haven. Oh, I meant to get socks. My feet are freezing. Hey, there's Carol. She won the shirt the other day, the Walton shirt. He's laughing at his own jokes. So just let him be. Hey, Mary's Nest. Yay, I'm so glad you're here, Carol from Kentucky Faith Farm. I don't want to miss anybody, so I'm just trying to see. Yes, thanks for telling them how to give the thumbs up because I can't do that on here. So, All righty. Thanks for including those links. So yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit. First of all, we have and if you have questions about our life on the road the past year, any kind of questions, it can be practical stuff. I mean, we don't have to answer it, but you're welcome to ask. If it's something we don't want to answer, I guess we won't.
Hey, y'all ask us a question. We ain't gonna answer.
I didn't mean that rude. I just meant if it's too personal or whatever, we don't have to. All right. So tell them we forgot to give the name of the truck and the RV. We decided on the name. And no, Miss Deb, it's not biscuits and gravy. I know that's what Joel recommended.
Or Bonnie
suggested. And Clyde. Those are good ones. Bonnie and Clyde. What was it we were going? But I mean, we had tons of suggestions. Christina made suggestions. A lot of people did.
Well, there was another one, and it's like, okay, that just doesn't sound.
I don't.
I mean, it goes together.
Tell them what the name is, and then we'll go on with our.
Okay, so we're going with the truck.
Oh, yes, I'm reminded of that. Thank you.
So the truck is Old Dan, and the RV is Little Ann.
All right.
Who knows what that's from?
Y'all tell us.
Old Dan, Little Ann.
What do I do to help with hot flashes?
What do you do?
That's what she's asking. Shelly 42.
Well, if she's hot, she starts shedding stuff.
Well,
makes us turn the fan on her, and
that's probably for. I do use a lot of essential oils and homeopathic remedies. But all right, so real quick too. So Old Dan and Little Ann, that's the name of our truck and our RV. So you've got that.
Leah's all over it.
And oh yes, she is. Good. Walton and Willie. Oh,
where the red fern grows.
No,
Old Dan and Little Ann.
It's gotta be a male and a female. All right, so Deb, remember that assignment? I told Deb, she said you need to put those fire starters that we mentioned in the free Patreon video.
Yeah.
She looked them up and said they are on Amazon and that you need to put them on our Amazon influencer page. Yeah. So I told him, Deb, that now he's got 2 women telling him what to do, and he's very happy about that. She thought that was funny when I texted her that. So yeah, fire starter. Tell them a little bit about it since it's warm. It's cold outside, and this is a good time to tell about those fire starters.
I don't know. It's so cold right now. Ain't nobody gonna go outside and build a fire.
Well, come on, tell them about it so we can keep going.
So if you want to do a campfire, where we were this past month in October in Virginia, we met a guy that was there at the campground for a week. Really nice guy, and he told me about this little packs. And it's called Easy Fire, like the letter E, the letter Z, fire, Easy Fire. And basically all it is, it's like pine resin in a packet. I guess it's probably got some other stuff in it. And you just build your fire, set your wood over here, and you set this on top. You light a couple of the corners, and whatever is in there, the resin and all, it catches on fire. And then just starts dripping down into the wood and burns and burns and burns until the wood catches on fire. I used last one I used the other day when we were telling you guys about that. It took about 5 minutes for the fire to get started. I mean, it was that quick. And I mean, we're talking 5 minutes and the fire was rolling. So it's called Easy Fire. And like I said, you can get them on Amazon. If you go to the Easy Fire website, they're more expensive though. So I would suggest going to Amazon and using our affiliate link, and I'll get that put out there. I hadn't got it yet, so if you want to get some, give me 24 hours and let me get that put on the link.
You can't get that done within an hour of us hanging this up tonight?
I don't know. Probably
he'll have it on tonight. All right. Can you use them in the fireplace and wood stove? Are you asking the question, Deb? Because we don't know that.
Yeah,
I would think you can.
I think it says you can.
I mean, she says you can. It's a statement, not a question. Yeah. So yeah, those do work really well. And Sarah says 2 women bossing you is better than being fired. She wanted to fire you the other night when you were saying yuck on Instagram to the snow.
I wasn't saying yuck.
He was trying to be funny.
It was a laugh. Yuck, 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 yuck.
And it wasn't funny. It was just, dumb. Okay. So,
that's me. We need to get going here.
Lessons we've learned on the road. Go. It's fine, Sarah. I threaten to fire him all the time.
Lessons we've learned on the road. Swing wide and watch your tail.
All right, you gonna tell on yourself?
I'll
Go
tell
ahead.
myself.
Go on. I haven't told the window thing. I haven't told it on anywhere because I didn't want to embarrass you. So you just go ahead and tell that tonight too.
You just told him.
I didn't tell him what happened.
All right, so lessons learned on the road. A couple of things, actually 3 things I can think of right up. First thing, like I said, swing wide and watch your tail. And what that means, when you're driving an RV, you always swing wide around the corners and you always watch your mirrors and watch the end of the RV to make sure you've got enough room for the swing of the RV. Because last year, it was about this time actually, when we were in Virginia, I swung wide, but I didn't swing wide enough, and I took out the handrail on the side of the RV and one of the arms on one of the awnings, and that was a pretty stout rock wall that they had up.
It didn't knock.
It didn't knock any of the rocks off, but it did about $700 worth of damage to the RV. So that is one thing. Another thing was another lesson learned is if you buy an RV, go ahead up front, spend the money, and get made in USA tires.
That's a big lesson. That's
on
right.
travel trailers and fifth wheels, most of them come with tires that are made in China because they're cheaper. And in the RV world, everybody calls them China bombs because when you're driving down the interstate at 70 miles an hour and it explodes, and they actually explode, it sounds like a bomb going on.
Yeah, it does.
So second lesson learned: if you ever get an RV, as soon as you get an RV, put Made in USA tires on it.
We were coming back from where Barbara lives. The first time it happened.
Yeah, the first time was on the interstate in Florida. And on the interstate in Florida, it's really cool. They have a thing down there in Florida. It's actually Allstate Insurance does this. It's either Allstate or State Farm. I can't remember which one.
I think it's
but anyway, they have a thing in Florida on the interstate called Road Rangers that one of the insurance companies pay for. And basically, this is a person who is just driving the interstates and helping people out with flat tires and breakdowns on the interstate, and helping getting them back up and going. So that's a really cool thing. So another lesson learned is when you have a fifth wheel, and really a travel trailer, but specifically when you have a fifth wheel and you're turning in a tight area, make sure you're watching the corner of the RV and your back window.
So I was outside. Wait, we stayed at the place. It's a church parking lot. It's about 2 weeks ago, and we stayed there to save money because we're trying to save money. And he said, "Get out and watch the street lamp." It's like a street lamp in the parking lot.
Well, I was backing up, so I didn't want to hit it. I couldn't.
He didn't want to hit the street lamp, so instead, and he didn't hit the street lamp.
But then I started pulling forward, and I turned too sharp, and the corner of the RV popped one of the windows in the back of my truck. So that $35 savings turned into.
Oh dear! Don't even tell them. That's embarrassing. Don't even say the number. Don't. Just stop. Just stop. I don't want to hear the number.
It's going to turn into a lot of money because I have to replace the whole rear window unit. I can't just replace the glass. So there's 3 lessons learned.
And on a positive note, you have a job right now. And we're not here to talk about that, but we're thankful for that. So the man's working for a window. All right. So we just want to thank y'all who have walked life with us and watched our videos about the past year and getting ready. Because, we decided to do this, and you don't just decide and then the next week you're on the road.
Yeah.
So you all have been really good to walk life with us. Some lessons I learned, obviously, believe it or not, they revolve around food. And I wrote them down so I'd remember. So I'm used to having a big, not a fancy pantry, but a full
full larder.
Larder. Yeah, that's what I call it.
Larder, a full larder.
Where I could just go in and, we could eat out of there for 2 weeks if I had some reason why I couldn't, or even more. I don't know. If we were snowed in or whatever, which doesn't happen here, and I can't have that here. And I thought I'd be okay. Excuse me. You talk, I'll
I'm
cough.
supposed to talk. Well, I've told my things.
You talk.
What? Yeah, so even though the RV that we have, I don't know if you guys have picked up on it when she's put videos out there of the double doors in the kitchen area. That is the pantry. This one actually has a much, much larger pantry than most RVs have. But someone like her, being all about the kitchen, it's not enough.
Yeah, so that has been. She said, "Sing us a song," while I'm choking over here, and he's struggling about what to say. You can guess which one of us was in plays in high school and which one wasn't. But anyway, see, never mind. The refrigerator. That's one lesson we learned. So it hasn't been so bad when we're in colder climates. I guess really, I think Florida. Hate to be, down on Florida because we loved being in Florida, but that's at the first of the summer when it started getting hot, and we lost meat. And now I lost at least a whole chicken and some good hamburger meat and some other things because, and I guess it was our fault because we didn't know, like lessons learned, but the fridge wouldn't stay at the constant temperature in the hot weather. With the sun.
It doesn't hold temperature like a residential refrigerator. But if you think about it, a residential refrigerator is inside the house. You've got your exterior wall that's insulated, plus you've either got, exterior siding or brick or whatever. But with the RV and when the sun beats down on the same wall that the refrigerator is on, not having as much insulation and barrier between the sun, then it's harder to regulate the temperature in the RV refrigerator. I mean, it'll go up to, it'll start in the morning at 32, 33 degrees, and it'll go up to 44, 45 degrees.
But that has not happened lately. That just happened in the heat
it just
of
happens
summer.
in the super, when it's really, really hot.
Right.
And not only that, when the sun is hitting that side of the RV.
Yeah, but I'm not used to that. See, and I guess I didn't think about it, and I've lost food. It's spoiled. Hey to the Simply Cleansing family. The Hey Y'all show. The youngest in their family, he says, I'm going to watch the Hey Y'all show when he watches the IGTV, What's for Supper. I think that's so cute. But yeah, I've had food to spoil, and also I wrote down lack of food planning, because if I didn't plan properly, it's just different when you have. I came from 2 refrigerators and a nice pantry, a decent sized pantry rather, that I filled with canned goods and everything.
But we had 2 refrigerators
and a deep freezer. Yes, and I'm going from that to a Matchbox. So it was just hard to get used to that. We have a little one. I call it my basement because it makes me feel like I've got a big house. And we do have an electric refrigerator down under in the basement area, and it holds, it's like a small dorm size.
It's a very
small dorm size. But, it's good to have that too.
Yeah, it's come in handy.
And I also wrote down the varying temperatures, and I've had food to mold in the pantry like sooner than it would have molded in my pantry at home. So it's all about temperatures and consistency, and that's been hard. And we've lost some food. So, all right. Well, and also working with 30 amps instead of 50. So what about that? Because having to deal with when you have 30 amps as opposed to 50, if you just want to talk just a second about that.
Well, 30 amps as opposed to 50. On a big unit like this, they run on 50 amp in order to be able to run everything you need to run without having to worry about it. It's got 2 air conditioners. It's got one in the den, kitchen, living area, and it's got one up in the front of the RV in the master bedroom. And to run both air conditioners at the same time, you have to have 50 amps. So those times when we've had 30 amps, we've only been able to run one air conditioner. But not only that, if it's cold, I know last year we were up in New Jersey in October, and we only had 30 amp service where we stayed for a good two weeks, I guess. And we popped the breaker on their house a couple of times that ran that particular plug that we were plugged into, because whenever you start running items like the heaters and anything that generates anything that's going to generate heat, a toaster, the Bella skillet, the coffee maker, things that run heat obviously require a lot more electricity and a lot more draw. And when it's cold outside, and we're running certain things in here, we had to be real careful, or had to learn to be real careful to make sure we're not overloading that 30 amp circuit and blowing a breaker. In fact, we have that same problem just on the RV itself, where there's a receptacle at each end of the bar in the kitchen, and there's receptacles underneath that we can plug in outside, and all of those are run on the same circuit. So if we have, say we've got a crock pot plugged in here in the camper, on that same circuit, we can't plug up the toaster oven, or we can't plug up the Instapot, because they're generating heat, so they're drawing more electricity, and it pops the breaker inside the RV. So anytime we do need to run two things like that at the same time, we have to make sure we're plugged into a different circuit on the two different units. When we're at a campsite, we usually run an extension cord from the power box that we plug the RV into. We run an extension cord from there over to the outdoor kitchen area. That way we've got more electrical versatility, I guess is a word to say. But
another thing is, I know my daddy called me last night. He lives in Ohio, and it's cold and snowy there. And he said he was worried about us being in the camper, and he said, oh, you're going to be cold tomorrow night. Yeah. And then I know when we were in Missouri in August, my aunt was worried because it was so hot. She said, oh, the camper's going to be so hot, you can come stay here. Well, and one, I guess maybe myth or something, and I never thought about it. Maybe y'all haven't, but I mean, we have stayed, as long as we've not been hot in the summer and cold in the winter. The only reason we're cold right now is because everybody's cold right now. I mean, it's it's 15 degrees or whatever. So it's not that, you don't have to feel sorry. We're not living in a tent. So, I mean, it's comfortable if it's not, 22 degrees outside. So that has not been a problem, that we've been hot in the summer, as long as we had electricity and we could turn on our air conditioning, and the heater's running right now.
Now, and a lot of times, some of the places we've been, both air conditioners they're running 24 hours a day, but I mean, it's bearable. It's not overly hot to where it's unbearable. But when it's really, really hot, if it's really, really hot and humid, like I said, they're running 24 hours a day, and it's still, it's not like in a house to where you can set your thermostat at 72 degrees and, you're pretty much going to stay at 72. Even though we've got thermostats in here set at 72, just because of the way the units are and the heat and humidity and everything, it could only get it down to 75, 78. It's all about the exterior climate, and it's all about the environment. I mean, it varies.
All right, so I'm going to respond to the Rohrmans. I don't know which one of them is on, but anyway, Simply Cleansing and Mary's Nest and Deb. So, so in response to something Mary said, I mean, there's been many times that we've had to run a cord, and I could use the Instant Pot outside with a different cord and the electric skillet, and because, I cook a lot, and that's affected videos that I've made. I mean, I've got this down here as a lesson learned too, but it has been super challenging to make cooking videos. Sometimes it hasn't been, depending on what I'm making, but that's a lesson too. Being a YouTuber and living You know, because my specialty, I say specialty, the thing I like to do is not vlogs. If that was the case, we just go around and film what we're doing. And we have tried some of that. But as you saw in a previous video, that's not going to work very well for me and my style. But so yeah, it's been very interesting and challenging and just think about, you know, we have to make sure the dishes are washed all the time. If you want to cook the next meal or do anything in the kitchen, this has to be cleaned up. And that's a good practice. Yes, I know that's what you're saying. You should keep them cleaned up. But, excuse me, if this is out, you got to move this. And last night I was cooking for my family and, and Trevor and Amber were here and Owen came in and I was having little Miss Homemaker. I said, here, you hold this casserole dish because I don't have anywhere to place it. So
well, and that's been one of the challenges too, is we're so limited on space that when you get something out and you use it, when you get done with it, you've got to put it up because
yes, that's a lesson.
You don't have room like you do in, like a comment was made there, sticks and bricks. You don't have room like you do in a house in sticks and bricks to be able to pull stuff out and just set it over here to the side to do other stuff. You get it out, you use it. When you're done, you put it up.
And you might be thinking, oh, well, that's good. It's a good opportunity to learn that lesson. Oh, my word. We've got a couple of humans living under this roof that I don't even think it's in their DNA to put anything up. Am I right about it?
Yeah, there's one of them.
Oh my word!
Yeah,
okay,
I don't want to. One of them that just he can walk into the room and the room explodes.
Oh my word! Take a guess of who that is. All right, so and also I wasn't used to going to the store. Like we have to go to the grocery store every couple of days. So, we pull into a place. Okay. I'm on my phone trying to find an Aldi or wherever. And, it's just been challenging. And yes, I feel like you do. I feel like I don't know if I spend more money on groceries doing that or not. I'm not sure about that, but
well,
I don't. Well, I think I do because I can't preserve food. And
one of the questions that was asked, is it harder to budget on the road than it is in sticks and bricks? Yeah, it's a whole lot harder because, think about it. When you're stationary and you have your home, after a period of time, you know what your electricity is. You know what your average electric bill is going to be. You know what your average water bill is going to be. You know what your average gas, if you're using gas for heating. Things stay pretty constant except for those occasional emergencies, where an refrigerator or something will go out. But moving the way we are, it's harder to budget because, I can be sitting right here, and if I go get diesel fuel right now where we're at, it costs $2.79. But if I go to the next, wherever our next stop is going to be, it could be $3 a gallon. Same thing like she was mentioning just then for food. When you're having to buy in smaller quantities, more regular,
yes.
And you don't have room to buy multiples when you find them at a really good price or on sale or whatever, and put them back in the pantry to use for later. It makes things like it's those kind of things that makes it harder to budget because, some of the things like diesel fuel, it's constantly fluctuating, from city to city, and the whole food thing. So yeah, it's a lot harder to budget on the road.
And take, for example, a milk product, whether you're buying a gallon of milk or some whipping cream or half and half for your coffee or whatever, it's usually cheaper to buy it like in the full gallon rather than the half gallon. Well, I don't have space for a full gallon. I do, but I have to, then I wouldn't have space for other stuff. So think about that. I'm having to spend more money on on a smaller product. So, hey to iGrow Maryland, thanks for jumping on here. Y'all hit the thumbs up. I don't know if we're going to make 100 tonight. We did last time, and we gave away a mug last time. And we gave away a cookbook. I'm thinking we gave away a mug and a cookbook. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, yeah. That's not what we're giving away tonight, but y'all hit the thumbs up and let's see what happens. All right. How long will you be where you are? Okay, we'll talk about that in a sec. All right, so
what else we
let
got?
me let's, if somebody will put on a link for Patreon, and let me just say that we it's like a little commercial, I guess, if that's what you want to call it, but we opened up Patreon. Now, if you don't know what that is, we may have to just explain that another time, but you can just go to the link that maybe somebody will put up. And but one of the reasons we open that up is to try to find an alternative platform to YouTube. And just stuff came out today about having, or just went into effect today about having children on videos and all this kind of stuff. So I'm trying, and I don't know anything about technology. Everything I know, I'm teaching myself step by step by step. But there may be some issue, I hope not, with our channel in the future, because we have children in the videos. We've got 540 something videos. So I'm trying to figure out, what if YouTube crashes or I lose my account? What can I use? So that's one reason I opened up Patreon. Just know that you can follow for free. It is a subscription service where you get more content and you get gifts and all kinds of stuff. And but there's a lot of free to the public content on there. So and the reason I'm bringing that up is because we do have a video on there about how we talked about specifically how we could afford a full-time RV. We told exactly about the money and details. So there is a video at one of the top tiers for that talk about that. So we won't be talking about that on here publicly. Patreon allows us to share things privately. And we can, we know who sees it. We can see who sees it. So that's good. Little Miss Homemaker was baptized last night, and so we have that video on there because it tells her real name and personal information. So that's why we have Patreon. I've had people that actually get mad at me because we don't share more personal stuff in public, which is, it's crazy, isn't it? All right. Okay, good. Y'all help Miss Claire, my sweet friend, Miss Claire. And so here, let's keep going. One thing I learned, not everybody wants to receive help. Like, for example, because that was our mission, and it still is, because we're not, parked per se right yet. But I talked to this one lady. We were going to stay at the farm. We did end up staying at the farm. It's a campground. A farm turned into a campground. It's a working farm, but they have a campground. And when I made the reservations, I told her we were just willing to help. Is there anything we can do? Clean up, anything. And not really for a free stay, but just to help. And she couldn't get off the phone fast enough, and so thought I was strange. So that has happened a few times. People look at us, we try to help or encourage or do what that looks different ways, different places. And they look at us like we have four heads and ask what's our angle, or, what do we really want? So that's been, I guess I was naive, and I thought, well, everybody will be accepting to our wanting to just help. And so that has been interesting. Everybody is still trying to help Miss Claire. Oh my word, bless.
Miss Claire needs a lot of help.
No, stop that. He's only saying that because you tease him, Miss Claire. He loves you. Thanks, Miss Tonya. All right. Thank you, Mary. Yes, it's crazy, isn't it? All right. Oh, her daughter says more than you know. Bless. We only say that because they're real life friends. We love them. Okay, and regrets. Here's the regrets. First of all, I regret we don't have. I'm going to tell you what you were going to win. I'm going to tell them, and then I'll tell them about the special. I regret that we didn't have so far 100 thumbs up and 100 people in the room, because we were going to give away one of these wonderful leather trays made by our son Owen, handmade, quality leather. And we don't have one on board, to be honest. Well, no, you do in your drawer in there.
Yeah.
It's got the coins in it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the other house, he would have it set right at the door, and he came in and he emptied his coins, his keys, and you wouldn't believe how much this thing would hold. And these things sell. We saw these in Florida for something insane, like $60.
$70 a piece, yeah.
And Owen sells these. We've got several, excuse me, for $25. And I thought this would be a great holiday gift for you or somebody. It's got their logo that he and his brother designed. And excuse me. And so anyway, that's what we were going to give away tonight. But I will tell you, this is what the special is on our website. So if you're just joining us, we have a special, and I'm going to remove it at 10 o'clock Central tonight. So it's 11 o'clock Eastern, and I'm going to remove it from our website. But they're $5 off tonight only until 10. And so that makes them $20. And are they still talking about Miss Claire?
Miss Claire says we're not nice laughing at her.
I'm not laughing.
We're laughing with you.
I'm not laughing.
Is that even a thing to laugh with somebody?
Looks like an awesome key holder. I'm telling you it. And I if I was on the ball, I would have copied and pasted. But I've had several of my friends that have bought these, and they have written great reviews. And so anyway, that's what it is. It's a key holder. It's a coin holder. It's a candy holder. It's a whatever. So we're running a special. We were going to give one away, but we're not if we don't hit 100. And we hit it in no time flat at the last live. So we'll try again next week for something else. But there's a special if you want to buy one, $20 plus shipping and handling on our website, heritageways.com. Maybe, I think, okay, Tonya and Trevor have put that up. Both of them. Good. Thank you so much. And you can buy one of these as a gift. You can buy more than one, and we'll get those shipped to you. If you're outside of the U.S., let us know, and we'll figure out shipping and handling. So that's what tonight's special is. We like to support small business. We like to tell people about good things. We like to tell people about family businesses. I like to tell people about, I know Pecan Acres is on here. Y'all go over there and follow her YouTube. Simply Cleansing is on here. Go follow her. Mary's Nest. All these friends of mine. Our Christina, our Wood Home, all these have their small businesses, and we love to support small business and family and heritage. And so there you go. All right. Mr. Patient gave one to my husband as a gift, and I can attest that it's beautiful. The workmanship is just awesome. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, Owen does great work.
He really does. Regrets. My number one is not having a home for canning and gardening, and not having all of my lessons and regrets revolve around food and cooking. Honestly, I mean, that's my thing, y'all. I mean, I don't have a big enough and I'm not whining when I say this, but it's regrets. I don't have a big enough pantry and don't have a big enough refrigerator. And as you know, because most of y'all have walked life with us, so you've seen the videos where we talk about how, let's see, so we had one on YouTube, and we put another one on Patreon, a different one with more information about what happened after the homesteading conference and how that was just so hard on us. We don't have to elaborate because they can go back and watch those videos. But that was just hard because we were around all the homesteaders and all those people that had homes and gardens and were canning, and we couldn't. So that has been a huge regret for me. And excuse me while I choke over here. And also, if we're calling this a career, what we're doing, like, this isn't a full-time vacation. So if this is a career as opposed to a vacation, which it's not been, it's been the hardest career I've ever had in my life and the most stressful. Because now I've got some health issues and so forth. Now, we say that, but we don't regret doing it.
Right.
Because of the blessings. So let's take the last 12 minutes and talk about the blessings. Well, what are your regrets, though?
Well, I think it's kind of hard for me to think about the regrets because we've enjoyed doing the full-time RV thing. I mean, we've met a lot of great people out there, and it's not like the news media would have you to believe that the world is just horrible and people are horrible. That's not the way it is in real life. I mean, we've met a lot of really great people, not just some of you guys and other people who are friends of ours here on social media, but I mean, I could sit here and I could start listing out people. There was Mr. John sitting on the corner in Washington D.C. playing a trumpet.
That's right.
There's
the guy at the
there's
money.
Mr. Michael at a campground who was a widower, and the Littles just made his day every day we were there. I could go on and on.
Grammy.
Yeah,
See,
Grammy.
Meeting Grammy.
Meeting Grammy there in Florida, and the bond her and Little Miss Homemaker.
Which, by the way, Barbara, if you're on, tell Little Miss Homemaker sealed up a letter to Grammy today, so we'll try to get that in the mail tomorrow.
There's been so many great people. There's so many great people out there, and we've met them all along the way everywhere we've gone. So from a regret standpoint, it's I think the regret is, like she mentioned about, having a home, having that sticks and bricks. I think the only real regret that comes to my mind is not really realizing, I guess not realizing who we really are, as far as how tied we were to sticks and bricks, and how, we really enjoyed, having the sticks and bricks to be able to have, hospitality events at the house the way we did, and being able to have the garden and all those things that go with, making a house a home. I would have to say that's probably the biggest regret, is that, we thought this was going to be easy. We thought it was going to be, we thought we were going to get out here and we were going to, meet all of our friends and see the country, and this is going to be great. But then, like she said, after we went to that Homesteading Life conference there in Missouri, and everybody was talking about canning and gardening and farming, and it just flooded over us. Like, what are y'all doing?
But I've never regretted it.
But we haven't regretted doing it.
Right.
But there's the regret of not really knowing that was as important to us as it was. And I guess really, if you think about it, it took doing this to help us really realize how important that is to us.
Well, we knew that. My friend Stephanie in Texas, she said, "Are you going to be able to do this?" And I was at that point, a year, whatever it was ago, I was like, yeah, it's going to be great. I miss a house. I don't necessarily miss, the house we left necessarily. But another regret is going forward. And I know we've hinted at this, and we've mentioned it in Patreon, and we've mentioned it different places in real life people, but we are taking steps at this point to settle down. Now, what that looks like exactly, we're not 100% sure. We have some ideas that we're not ready to tell the public yet, but we do outline on a Patreon video where we're going to live all of 2020. We've got that laid out, and we know where we're going to live for 2020 at least, while we're in the process of settling down. Because, we can't just, if there was an emergency or some reason why we had to, we could park right here in Owen's driveway, but that's not ideal for him or us or his roommate, Jacob, who's so sweet. But that's not ideal. So for us to have home, our next farm, it's steps. So we have initiated the steps sooner than we had planned. That's the best thing for us. It's the best thing for everybody. But at the same time, I know we're talking out to both sides of our mouths. At the same time, I regret that we can't keep going, not because I want to see the redwoods in California, or not because I want to see the Grand Canyon, but because I've got people I want to meet. I want to meet Mary in Texas. I want to go see my friend Vicky in Nevada. I want to go see Andrea in California, and I want to see Brandy in Washington, and I want to see Nikki in Idaho, and I want to see Becky in Wyoming, and all that. I've got people that I had planned on meeting, and that's going forward. That's a regret of mine, so I struggle. But the fact of knowing that it sounds selfish, but I need a home kind of overrides that. And he's assured me that maybe we can find a way to do some short trips over the next, years coming, years.
Mhm.
We keep, maybe if we can afford, if it'll work out, and we can keep the camp or get a smaller camper or whatever, and we can make trips and see our friends that we're wanting to see. So that's a regret going forward. And that's where we are. I know, that's where we are. We're now talking about and praying about steps to settle down. So, yeah. And, we've met some great people, and, we stayed at Sarah's, and I could just go on and on talking about, when we met Stephanie and the Rormans a couple of times. I mean, it's awesome to meet
And we met
so
Miss
many
Claire.
awesome people. Yes. And another regret is, well, that goes back to my health. It's been different. I'm not going to elaborate on that as much, but, all right. Blessings are huge. So if you want to talk about the blessings, let me read these.
Well, one other regret is is the way that we have gone about this journey up to this point. Because we put ourselves in a time constraint and said, look, we're going to try to do this for 3 years. And we wanted to be able to get out there and meet as many of our friends as possible and see as much of the country as possible in that 3 years. And the thing is, by doing that, we have felt a need to just go, to where we would go somewhere, stay a week, and we would move, stay a week, go somewhere. We're moving. And I'd say that's one of our biggest regrets, is that we go somewhere and we haven't stayed longer at the places we've been to where we can have some semblance of normalcy, because we have been on the go so much.
It was wonderful when we stayed a full month in October, and it was wonderful when we stayed a full 2 weeks in September in Ohio, and a whole month in October. And we didn't come to all this realization, like we said, until the homesteading conference. And then once we got to Lincoln, Illinois, I think is where I nearly had a breakdown, nice ways, a realization, but it wasn't pretty, that I can't do this, So anyway, but the times that he said, okay, we're here for 2 weeks, I could just feel myself going, oh, hallelujah. And then the night before, he said, okay, we've got to move tomorrow. I could feel myself getting tense. So there's that. And thank you for your kind words. We enjoyed meeting Katie's family at Homestead Remembrance, Emily's family. And thank you, Christina, for that offer. Enjoyed meeting Deb and Joel. And they were very gracious to us. And I will give you a little hint going forward. Our plans, if God is willing, not next year, but when we get a place, we plan to have, well, I'm just going to be broad and say a hospitality house, a hospitality home. And that I'm not trying to hint and say bed and breakfast or anything. That could look different ways. What I mean is, we still want to serve people, but they're going to have to come to us.
Yeah.
And we've got a lot of different ideas and ways that we hope he will let us implement that. So, we're not going to just settle down and hide away. We have some ideas of ways we want to continue to serve folks in the community that we will be in. So anyway, if you guys could throw up some websites for them, and we'll start ending it up here in a minute. But, and also, thank you again. And I know we didn't get to do the giveaway, but that special still on to buy those leather trays, from Owen. And even if you don't buy one, that's okay. Could you share the link? Go over and get the page and share it on your Facebook or whatever as soon as we hang up here. And, maybe somebody will see it who's interested. That would help us as well. So thank you to our moderators. Let's say we had Trevor.
You gonna finish?
Yeah, I'm going to finish. I'm not finished. I'm just thanking people before we say bye. Some of you might not know, but Trevor here is a moderator. He's our oldest son. And so and then Deb, and then Christina, and Tonya, and Miss Barbara, and Sarah from Pecan Acres, and Tonya. I said her. Miss Barbara. I think that's. Yeah. So if you could just, Miss Adele didn't get a notification. I don't know why. You know, YouTube does their own thing. No idea. Well, we're not finished. So we're still talking about the blessings.
Right.
All the people that we haven't talked about it, he says. All the people that we've met. And it has been good for each of us. It's been good for the littles. Yeah. And this one's hard, but Kate has had to learn some humility and how to accept God's provision through the hands of people sharing with us and giving and serving us. And that is not what I expected. I had this grand desire to go out and serve people and just work and help people and do all this kind of thing. And instead, folks have just given to us. I mean, we don't ask for things, but they just give and share and provide their homes like Sarah did. I mean, Sarah didn't know you from a hole in the ground. And she was willing to have us at her farm. And now she is my dear sister. And I love you too, Miss Claire. Deb, we didn't have a place to stay.
Labor Day weekend.
And she and Joel got worked that out for us to stay at no cost to us. We are just, I didn't expect all that. I didn't expect to learn spiritual lessons. And I'm still learning, I guess. But I've been overwhelmed with a capital over.
Right. And we've got a video out there that you guys can go watch where we talked about how, it wasn't what we expected because, in our mind, what we thought this was going to look like was where we go out and we serve and we help others and we encourage others. And what ended up happening is we feel like we were blessed more than we blessed anybody. I mean, one of the first places we went and, I thought I was going to really be able to help out and it didn't work out to where I was able to help out in the capacity that I thought I was going to be able to. But we met great people there, and they ended up sending us away with just boxes of food the guy that was giving us this food, he's like, hey, you need to take more. And I'm thinking, hey, look, I don't have room. I appreciate all you're giving. But, that's been very humbling, is just how much people have done for us and what people have done for us. And it's really, it's like I said a while ago, to see that, there are truly a lot of good people out there. And some of you guys that are on here, in our opinions, are some of the best. You really are.
We've met some great people through YouTube. And I want to say hi to Teresa at Stringfield Ridge. We got to meet her at the Homesteading Conference in Front Royal. Hi to Adele. Hi to Jenny in Kansas. Now, this is no secret. We've said this before. And Mary, you need to know this. So we, Lord willing, we're still going to be living out of our RV all of next year.
All of next year.
But like I said, in that Patreon video, we talked about exactly where we're going to be parked and staying and working and all that. Lord willing, probably the first, 6 weeks in of the new year, we'll be in Texas. And we're going there. People say, why are you going? Well, we're only going to meet our Texas friends, which Texas is kind of big, I heard.
And to visit with my family.
Well, that's what I meant. I didn't mean to. I can't wait to see them. Well, yeah, I was going to say that, but then that sounded like I did. Anyway, yes, Phyllis and Jack, yes. So yeah, we'll be in Texas, and we're going to try to do our best to see all of our Texas friends. I don't know what that's going to look like.
Texas
is kind of big. I heard. I don't know.
That may,
and then we'll go up. And then we'll go up, Oklahoma and Kansas. So I've already talked to Jenny about coming to Kansas. But, and then from there, we'll tell that further another time. But, so anyway, I just appreciate y'all. Did we leave anything out? Anybody have any last questions? Thanks for being here. I know we had a low number tonight. A couple people said they didn't get notifications. I know there are about 10 or more people who told me they were going to be on here and they weren't, but that's okay. It's okay. The Lord put here who he wanted to hear tonight, and that is fine. And other people will watch this after the fact, and that's fine too. So good. Yep. Whatever works for everybody. Y'all are very sweet. And so yeah, Kansas should be end of winter, Emily. End of winter for Kansas. My hair looks shiny.
Oh, thanks, Adele. I worked hard on it this morning.
She's so
she
sweet.
Says, your hair looks shiny.
So sure. KT.
Well, from here with these bifocals, trifocals, it looks like BT.
We knew, but weren't notified either. I don't know. That's why I'm trying to find other platforms. And I really encourage y'all, you can go over to our Patreon and follow for free. It costs you no money. Now, everything there for Heritage Ways is not free, obviously. There's different tiers, but I try really hard to put out, well, I want to say plenty, but put out free to the public material. So what that means is, it's not on YouTube. It's not on Instagram. There's 2 or 3 videos I did the other day about me cooking, and we were just chatting and sharing some stuff, and it's free to the public. But you just go to Patreon and hit the follow, and you should get notifications when that comes up. So,
hey, Miss Cheryl.
Hey, Miss Cheryl. Yes. All right. Well, and that is our hospitality I'm just so excited. We'll talk more about that. Okay. So, Lord willing, every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Central, y'all come back. We'll try to be topic specific. If you have anything you'd like for us to talk about, whatever, just leave it in the comments below after this is over. And that's it. Thank you very much. Y'all stay warm. And thanks to all the moderators. Thank you, Trevor. Can I send a special shout out to our moderator, Trevor, our son? I can do that.
You can do whatever you want. It is your channel.
Well, we thank y'all. Putting your lifetime. Thanks for Teresa. Love y'all. Everybody say, wait, why has he got question marks? Yes, he says. Got my cola so I can make the cola cake this week. Oh, I made that the other night. It is so good, y'all.
There's some in the refrigerator in the house that I'm fixing to go get.
You sure it's still in there?
I asked a while ago if it was still there, and he said probably. So
Owen or Jacob said it was still in there?
Owen, so that means he hadn't been eating it. So that means I'm going in there to get some.
Okay. Oh, Amy Bullock. Okay. I hope we saw everybody. Y'all come back next Tuesday night at 8 o'clock Central. We'll have a giveaway. We'll have a special. When we hang up here, don't forget, if you don't mind sharing, go over to our website where it says Tuesday night special. Just click on the thing, whatever the word is at the top, the little address, or, share it to your Facebook. That'll help us out. All right. We'll talk to y'all next week. We love y'all.
Bye.